Welcome to another Planet video from UNM.nu. Today is Mother's Day my time, but this will be coming out a week from today, May 19th. And what I want to talk about today is the modern investor, as I watched his video this morning, and this will still be pertinent a week from now. So I really enjoy talking about this topic today. So anyway, he talks about Cathie Wood and her updated price prediction, which I had not heard before this video, is I had always subscribed to her price prediction of 1.4 million by the year 2030. But if you haven't heard this, you've got to check this out. Enjoy.
Cathie Wood is known for her tremendously bold Bitcoin predictions in that she, Michael Saylor, Jack Dorsey, Samson Mao, what's the guy's name? Papa John? Whatever the guy's name is, Raoul Pal and many other people, and what's the other really eccentric guy's name? I'm not going to get it. Anyway, these people really believe in Bitcoin. And what they think is currently happening is that we're not only seeing a supply crunch, we're seeing a literal absorption of all the Bitcoin that there actually is on the market or ever essentially will be by these people who are not only going to be buying it, but also going to be hoarding it. Cathie Wood is very popular for her Bitcoin price prediction from 2029 to 2030. This is also a time frame that's very popular for Plan B, the guy who has the stock to flow ratio chart. His charts show the bearish, the most downright negative scenario for Bitcoin in 2029 and 2030 to be $700,000 per coin. The most bearish, as you know, as terrible and sad and as low as you can go. Cathie Wood is popular because her prediction was for a $1 million Bitcoin by that same time. However, that's changed because she has once again updated her number. And it's not that it sounds crazy. It's just more of a understand that if this hear me out here. If this ends up happening by 2030, the US dollar, the euro, and the yen have probably collapsed, as have maybe many parts of society, and we're living in this world where you need to have Bitcoin to be able to have any kind of money. And that's what I think she's kind of alluding to. I'm not really sure. Cathie Wood said, and I quote, "Last year, we put forward our bullish scenario for Bitcoin. This figure was $1.5 million. With the institutional green light provided by the Securities and Exchange Commission, although difficult, according to our analysis, institutional investors have invested a little more than 5% of their portfolios in Bitcoin. For those of you who weren't here for the other investment number portfolio videos, we've heard the entire range going from smaller companies to the BlackRock, discussing and talking about what they believe the actual allocation should be into Bitcoin. We've heard historically from many companies, 0.5% of a portfolio into Bitcoin seems about right. That changed to 1%. And now the numbers we're hearing are anywhere from 5. I think BlackRock said 28%. You can find out of the video or you can find it somewhere online. I think that's the numbers that we were given. So far higher. And the number has always been across the world. The expectation was that companies would be allocating around 5% of all their money into Bitcoin, and that if we got all these companies to do so, this is where we get to a multi-million-dollar Bitcoin. However, she said because of the ETFs, if we see a 5% or more allocation of their portfolios into Bitcoin, we think that by the year 2030, this would add $2.3 million to the estimates I gave you, giving us a 3.8 million. I know it sounds crazy. I know. Believe me, I understand. Giving us a $3.8 million Bitcoin by 2030.
All right. So, first of all, she updated her number from 1.4 million to 1.5 million the last I heard. So she added 100,000 whoop-de-doo by the year 2030. But now she added another 2.3 million to get to 3.8 million by the year 2030. I agree with the modern investor that this sounds a little ridiculous. They are talking about currencies collapsing, including the US dollar, to get to that point. So I'm still going to be a little more bearish than Cathie Wood and keep my $1.4 million projection by the year 2030, which is supported by her white papers. Again, Cathie Wood is the head of ARK Invest, and they came out with, at least a couple of years, 100-page article talking about all their investments around the world, including Bitcoin. And if governments invest in Bitcoin, if institutions invest in Bitcoin, just general people around the world invest in Bitcoin, I totally agree with her $1.4 million Bitcoin by the year 2030. 3.8 is way out there, but I had to share this with you because I am a huge Cathie Wood truther, maximalist, and this actually does pertain to it does pertain to Bitcoin, but it really pertains to Planet, which are what my videos are about recently. So how does this pertain to Bitcoin? Well, if you go to planet.finance, where this is the launch page, and then go ahead and go to the pools here and be sure you're on the V3 pools. Planet Finance has now tied Gamma to BTCB, which is the Binance version of Bitcoin, so Bitcoin on the BNB chain, and Aqua to BTCB. So whatever Bitcoin does is going to affect Aqua and Gamma and ultimately the success of Planet. So hopefully you're as bullish as Cathie Wood. Hopefully you believe Bitcoin's going to go up, that Planet Finance is going to go up. They can go up independently, just because Bitcoin goes up doesn't mean that Planet has to go up, as if people sour on Planet, Aqua and Gamma can go down. But I expect the opposite to happen. Is you can tell by recent enthusiasm that Aqua and Gamma have gone up because people are believing in Byzantine, Joe, and others. You know, congrats to all of you on Telegram, on the PAP program. You're doing a great job of marketing and sharing to the world how amazing Planet is with these insane APYs. These are the average APYs, but as I did in a recent video, my APYs are actually much higher because of Gamma BTC boost. So get in while you can, while prices are dirt cheap, whether that's Bitcoin at the dirt cheap price of 60,000 or Gamma at the price of 0.8 cents or Aqua at the price of $15.32. I'm pretty sure when you hear from me in 2030, and I'll still be doing these YouTube videos, I promise, is you're going to be happy if you invest today. So do you enjoy this content? Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment on these videos at YouTube, Twitter, and elsewhere. Let me stop sharing my screen. I'm going to watch the rest of SportsCenter as the Nuggets just tied up the series with the Timberwolves 2-2. We'll see where that series is a week from now. It should be over, I would think, because there's only a best 2 out of 3 left in that series. But I'm loving the NBA playoffs. Had a great Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms around the world. My mom, grandma, and other moms in my life. Reached out to them, wished them a happy Mother's Day, and it's always great to hear from them. But again, this will be on May 19th, and so I'm curious to see what the price of Bitcoin, Aqua, and Gamma are when this video airs. Do you think the price? Well, I guess you can comment, but I'm curious to see if the price of Bitcoin is higher than 60,000, if the price of Aqua is higher than $15, and if the price of Gamma is higher than 0.8 cents. My bet is that it will be, but we'll see if I'm right or wrong. And please comment on this video, your price predictions if you'd like. Okay, I'm going to shut it off. Take care, my friends. Until tomorrow.